Are you a black belt in Trivial Pursuit? Or is your head filled with random knowledge that doesn't seem to be relevant to anything? Well, you are not alone. Today we are going to look at some fascinating random facts that you might not have known about. Be sure to stay until the end and let me know in the comments some of the random facts you know that most people wouldn't. OMG usage can be traced back to 1917. One of the earliest uses, perhaps the earliest use, of OMG appeared in a letter to the then Member of Parliament, as The Atlantic reports. In 1917, British Navy Admiral John Arbuthnot Fisher wrote to Winston Churchill about rumors of new titles that would soon be bestowed. "I hear that a new order of knighthood is on the tapis," he wrote. OMG, oh my god. Shower it on the Admiralty. The majority of your brain is fat. You can literally call someone a fathead, but it's still unkind. According to Psychology Today, 60% of human brain matter is made of fat. Oranges aren't naturally occurring fruits. Oranges may be an iconic fruit, but they are not a naturally occurring one. In fact, oranges are a hybrid of tangerines and pomelos, also known as Chinese grapefruit, and they were originally green, not orange. Oranges are a subtropical fruit, but now that they exist in more temperate climates, they lose their chlorophyll-induced green and become their more familiar color when the weather warms up. High heels were originally worn by men. In the 10th century, men in Europe adopted the now gendered fashion choice of heels to make it easier to ride their horses. Adding heels to their boots made it easier to stay in their stirrups. The Persian cavalry wore inch-high heels, and the trend spread to Europe. Since they showed that the wearer owned and maintained horses, high heels became associated with the upper class. Stop signs used to be yellow. In 1922, the American Association of State Highway Officials met to determine a standard design for stop signs, and that's where they decided on the color, yellow. Stop signs were yellow because they thought that would grab drivers' attention. They'd also considered red, but there was no dye available at the time that wouldn't eventually fade. By 1954, however, sign makers had access to fade-resistant porcelain enamel, and could finally start making stop signs the red color we recognize today. New York was briefly named New Orange. Yes, before it was the Big Apple, it was New Orange. When the Dutch captured New York from the English in 1673, they renamed it New Orange in honor of William III of Orange. The following year, the English regained control and ditched the orange. There was a successful Tinder match in Antarctica in 2014. The dating app is popular across the globe, but it didn't have a connection on the least inhabited continent until 2014, when a pair of research scientists, a man working at Antarctica's McMurdo Station and a woman camping a 45-minute helicopter ride away, found they had matched. Most wasabi we eat isn't really wasabi. If you enjoy wasabi with your sushi, you'd probably be surprised to learn that most of the wasabi we consume isn't real wasabi made from the expensive wasabi root. The wasabi you're eating? That's white horseradish mixed with ground mustard seeds and green dye. There is a fruit that tastes like chocolate pudding. Black sapote has another irresistible name, the chocolate pudding fruit. The fruit, native to Central and South America, tastes like sweet custard with a hint of chocolate. When it's fully ripe, the flavor and consistency has been described as a dead ringer for chocolate pudding. Too much water can kill you. Drinking too much water can be deadly. When guzzling a lot of liquid, you can suffer from water intoxication or hyponatremia, which occurs after an obscene amount of water is consumed, often during endurance events when participants are also losing sodium through their sweat. There have been many notable cases, including the 2002 Boston Marathon competitor Cynthia Lucero, who died from overhydration. The hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth was 2 billion degrees Kelvin. To give you a sense of how hot that is, the interior of our sun is only about 15 million degrees Kelvin. Researchers at Sandia National Laboratories produced the record-breaking temperature in their lab using a superheated gas, equal to about 3.6 billion degrees Fahrenheit. The moon is, slowly, slowing the Earth's rotation. Every 100 years, the moon adds approximately 1.4 milliseconds to a day. While this may be minuscule, it does add up. When dinosaurs roamed the planet, days were 23 hours long, according to NASA. You might be drinking water that is older than the solar system. Water on our planet may have originated from ice specks floating in a cosmic cloud 4.6 billion years ago. Not impressed? It follows that the same liquid we drink and that fills the oceans may be millions of years older than the solar system itself. Something to keep in mind while you're staying hydrated. Queen Elizabeth II is a train mechanic. Yes, the Queen is actually quite handy. When she was 16, She joined the British employment agency the Labour Exchange, where she learned the basics of truck repair, including how to change a tire and repair engines. Nowadays, she has others who can do such things for her, but isn't it nice to know that if one of her cars broke down, she might be able to get it up and running? Which one of these facts was news to you? Do you have any random facts that you would like to share? We'd love to hear from you in the comments section, and don't forget to leave a like. Stay safe and see you again soon.